Maybe you'll be like soon. Why do I keep doing it? This is so stupid. Okay, I have you. I should have everything. I mean, I don't have my glasses, but let's ignore that. Should have everything else. Okay, now we should be allowed? Question mark? Twitch send me an announcement on my phone because I have those open always. But let's hope, assume, pretend that this is live. Hello, welcome. So as I said, I missed Saturday. I think I warned about that. So you know, it's Monday. Hello, welcome back. That's what I normally do. I once again forgotten to upload the stuff I already have on YouTube. So tomorrow? Question mark. It's a work in progress. We'll get there eventually. Hey, anyway, welcome. It's Monday. We're playing Danganronpa, and we're doing the investigation today because last time something very, very unfortunate happened. So, without further ado, let's go. And saying that, I will now drink something. Hot sec. Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. Wait, didn't I already do this? Or maybe I did. Hopefully not. Then Leon got executed. I think I did this last time. Then Mondo killed Chihiro. And then he got executed. Hifumi killed Taka, then Celeste killed Hifumi. Then she got executed, right? Oh right, she, because her real name wasn't Celeste, but also she doesn't like the name she got at birth. Okay, got it. I think that's why we're using she here. And that brings us up to now. No, it doesn't! What? No, wait, this is wrong, this is wrong. What did I not say last time? Oh my god. Don't tell me I didn't say. Load. Okay, I have 2 deadly lives here. I just loaded the wrong one, I guess? I think I just loaded the wrong one. Okay, thank god. Okay, okay, small mercies, yes. Deadly life, we're doing that one. Oh yes, here we are.
Sakura's
Ooh, voice acting.
Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
Oh yeah, for those who weren't here last time, me, Hina, and Kirigiri barged into the room after, I think Hina found Sakura in a closed room that cannot be locked because it doesn't have a lock, but it was like inaccessible. There was a chair blocking the door, and she was just, you know, there sitting and presumably dead. I don't remember. I think we had the body discovery announcement, so she's dead, but before then it was presumably dead. Which is sad because I was starting to like her. We had a moment. We stood next to each other and we bonded. That was kind of sad. I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. Sad. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wonder, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or reaction? Like, given that we had body discovery announcement, I don't think that's likely because Monokuma doesn't play those lightly. Maybe she was already investigating the body? She's good at that. And Hina cannot react, got it. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room, and why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. Okay, why did this have to happen? I have to presume it's because Monokuma outed her as the spy or traitor or whatever. I have to assume that's why this happened because a lot of people were really not nice to her after that. And also really not nice to Hina, who was standing up for her. Jack did almost kill Hina, so yeah, it's so sad, but this was gonna happen eventually. That's why Monokuma told us she was the traitor, because he's evil and wants us to kill each other. Why we're trusting Monokuma, I have no clue, but... sadness. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed, while I stood there, unable to do a thing. Time just passed. Oh yeah, why would we be able to investigate before everyone is here? And after, I don't know how long... are you good, everyone?
What?
Ogre?
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Gyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
Interesting.
Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
Oh. Whoever killed her? It's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It was one of you, Hirobi Toko. One of you killed Sakura! I mean, yes, that does make sense because those three were very antagonistic towards her, but I would like to point out that it is not Toko in this room, it is Jack. Not an important difference, but I feel like it should be mentioned because Jack is the cool one, Toko is the lame one. And also, I don't think Toko could kill anyone because she faints when she sees blood, so that might be important to mention.
What? What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything because you hated her. You hated the sight of
I
her.
won't forgive you.
One of you did it. I know it. You know it? Oh wait. You know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad. Best character in the game is here. Sorry, second best right after Jack.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. Please give. We need to know like cause of death and stuff.
It's the Monokuma file!
Yes. That's right, it's the next Monokuma file! You kinda said it, but I wanted to say it myself.
Yeah!
And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that little face of yours. And we're back with sex jokes. No, then, with that Hold on. There's something I wanted to ask you.
Huh?
It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura. We have had 3 class trials, and Managi still isn't capable of comprehending the idea of one of his beloved friends killing each other. Killing someone else. God, that man is so deep in denial, it's not even funny.
Say what?
Uh-huh. Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and then... Oh, it would make sense if they fought, then she could have broken the... I don't know which one it is, but there's a rule against violence against the headmaster. Violence against the headmaster is strictly prohibited or something like that, so he could have killed her, but given, you know, what a show he made with Junko, I don't think she would just be sitting here, you know, not knowing the cause of death. I think she would have also been stabbed through with very many spears if Monokuma was the killer. Oh darn.
In other words...
And I killed her. Sorry, not quite actually, not even close. The whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me.
Phew!
Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with a little fight. Because even for someone like me, it wouldn't have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell ya, I was actually pretty worried. Okay, so whoever killed her needed to be strong, I guess. That's what we're trying to imply here. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. Okay, why?
Well done.
No, I do know who it was, but whoever the fuck is this time, come on. Okay, that's a lie. You know who it is. Come on.
What is
They
this?
put cameras everywhere. You owe them one? Oopsie, before you get all pissed and potty about me, you better figure out who did it.
Shing!
Because I mean, your lives are all online, right? Bye-bye.
What is this?
Okay, it's interesting that he said that he wasn't able to punish her. Like, does that mean he couldn't do it in time, or that he just couldn't do it at all? Because it is kind of weird that she fought him and he was like, yeah, let's not kill you. What the how he was someone?
I won't forgive you.
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. And not quite, she betrayed the mastermind. That's a bit of a difference. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura. I mean, presumably that's you, or Hiro, or Toko/Jack, so, kind of happening. We're angry at all of you for the time being.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. That is true. We need to team up to uncover the killer, or, as she said, we're all done for. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay then, Hina is the guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
He's still suspicious of her. Fucking, she's, with the exception of Naegi, who, because he's the main character, doesn't count. She's the only one doing anything useful during the class trials. Like, you're benching your most valuable player here. God, we're all gonna die, aren't we? Because this idiot is like untrusting of Kirigiri and he decides to bench her. You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. First of all, who are you to order her around? You're no one. Fuck you. Second of all, what do you mean she's a thorn in your side? She's helping solve the cases. That's more than you can say for yourself ever. The best you had was, there couldn't possibly be anyone other than Genocide Jack, because, you know, I am the only one who can read in this entire school, so the only one who could have read the file on Genocide Jack would be me. Weak. Oh my goodness. I'm fine. I will rant to my sister about this, but I am fine. I need to force her to watch these streams at some point so that she suffers with me. But I'm fine. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Oh, due for the class trials. You're the most valuable member by far. Please don't abandon us. Then itself, let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to ask.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. None of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura!
I won't
I
forgive
won't
you.
let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid, our lives aren't just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I mean, one of your lives isn't. The one of you is just like, yes, they will never find out it was me! Oh my god, Asahina will be the perfect killer in this situation because everyone is already suspicious of the 3 people who outright dislike Sakura. But Hina, who was her best friend, oh, that's a different one. No one would suspect it. I can see it. We failed this class trial and find out it was Hina all along. That would actually be funny. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Again, it will be really funny if she was the killer because she's just like, I will protect this course with my, own body. Please don't come to the crime scene. I don't want to make people investigating. I am so suspicious. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. I mean, if they have to use force, then Jack already kicked your ass. That could easily happen again. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. It wouldn't. You can just stick Jack on her and she loses very quickly. How about a compromise?
It's all clear
I
now.
won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. You might be the worst in her mind.
What?
You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
No, really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving master anyway. And you, Hiro, you're really object. If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
None is decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided!
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. Yeah, the more eyes, the better. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura. Yeah, we do.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Yeah, the only one allowed to touch dead bodies around here is Kirigiri, everyone knows that. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Except for the killer. The killer's chillin'. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless situation. We have no choice but to just do it. Wait. I'm thinking, I don't know which Danganronpa game it is, but I'm pretty sure in one of them there's like a concept of if you just do it, everything will be fine. Oh, I know which one it is and I know what it's from. Okay. We'll get there eventually. I will be doing all Danganronpa stuff eventually, but it was just like, because Nagi was saying like, we just have to do it, I remembered it and I was like, oh my god, what is it from? What character said that nonsense? And now I remember, and it's as much of a nonsense as I remembered it being. We'll get there eventually. FDR2 waiting for us. Anyhow. I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Oogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. Okay, so noon. Body was discovered in the rec room on the third floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Okay, good to know. If you vomit blood, I'd say that's most likely because of poison. I mean, she doesn't have any external injuries that would cause it, so I would say poison, right?
Hey,
Okay, so poison, if you were to find a poison in a school, I guess that would be chem lab or nurse's office. I don't know why I'm thinking nurse's office, but I'm thinking nurse's office. So I will need to go to one of those two, or most likely both places, if we want to look for evidence of like poison again. Oh wait, no, it's in the chem lab totally, because when we were investigating the first day, I think Asahina and Sakura were like, oh, we investigated the chem lab and there's like protein shakes and stuff, but there's also poisons and stuff, right? I think that's what happens. We have to go to chem lab later. I think the case this time might be a talent. Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And the door had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Oh, how did the culprit do it? That is a good question. Because the three of us were the ones to find the body. Me, Asahina, and Kirigiri. And then Asahina left the room to find the other three. And that's like the only students in school, so... How did that happen? And the door had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. Barring? So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out, so he broke the window. There's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? Of course it's a locked room murder! He's like, there are no windows and no other ways to escape other than the door, and the door was barricaded. What? It's a locked room murder? Who would have thought? God. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. Or like novels. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? I mean, it's not really hard, I think, but sure, tell him. Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic steps. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed, okay? This simply means the killer commits this crime, then through some special method seals the room. Which, I mean, I guess that's possible, but... The problem here isn't like locking the room, right? Killing her and locking the room is fairly easy. Maybe not killing her, but locking the room sure is. The hard part here is escaping the room after it's locked. And you cannot, like, close it from outside because you cannot just telepathically move the chair to block the door. This then involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Unlikely. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it means. What it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from the outside to get the victim inside. I mean, that's possible. We would need to question why Sakura would bar the door, but if my theory is correct and poison was used, it is possible for the killer to have planted the poison beforehand. I don't know if they would still count this killer, if it would count as suicide, but it's plausible. You push a switch and it fires a hand, and you shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, it doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Poison is plausible. We still haven't gotten from monoclonal that would count as suicide or not. I think we'll need to address that during the class trial. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off of the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened. Unless there's like a mysterious student X that we haven't found yet, that's unlikely. What do you mean by
In
that?
other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible? Maybe? I'd say not. No.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room? So if there's like a secret passage
In
or
other
something?
words,
Yes, secret passage. By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. Let's search! I don't think it's likely, but let's search. You see, this is you see this in a lot of novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, there are those basics. Those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of these 4 choices seem most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to consider it and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay, we already checked one of my file. Kishu? This looks like some kind of a wrapper.
Huh?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Well, yeah. I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? Oh my god, that's how she poisoned her! She gave her poisoned candy! It was so obvious! I still don't know why Sakura barricaded the door, but it's so obvious! She killed her with the poison candy! Sorry. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took an entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
I mean,
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. Now, they've lost all their flavor. You know. Polka dot candy wrapper. Okay. I guess we investigate the corpse? Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered, okay? Okay. Normally I wouldn't have any problems believing that that's what killed her. But she did cough up blood, and as far as I'm aware, blows to head don't generally make you cough up blood. But according to... Thank you. But according to Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood from her lip on her lip for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? Poison! Poison! The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Poison. Poison. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Don't be stupid, Nagi. Not a chance. Byakuya!
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Poison! Poison! Okay, I've been spouting this for a while. I am now going to Google it if poison can actually make you vomit blood. Blood? Okay, apparently if you Google poison vomit blood, it's not gonna give you much other than food poisoning and actually like vomiting blood for any reason. But let's assume that's what it is because it makes sense. More sense than a blow to her head, I think. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and I don't see anything else. These are the top and bottom section of a bottle, right? Yes. So the smells have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor have been added. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a Monokuma chess piece. Oh my god, it's so cute. Not king, it's a knight Monokuma. It's so cute. It's a figure? It fits in the palm of my hand. Have you never seen a chess piece? It's a Monokuma figure. It's a Monokuma chess piece. Okay, there's blood over there as well. Like, all the way over there. Thank you. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Okay, I guess I talked with y'all.
What the heck?
We already know who did it! Byakuya no Hero has to be one of them! Well, yes, but, you know, I don't really like betting my life on a 1 in 3 chance, so we need to figure out which one of them it was. He couldn't stand the sight of her! You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. Ooh, and suspicion rises. I mean, it's suspicious on both sides, right? All the 3 of them who didn't like her, who apparently were told to meet her, and also Asaya, because she knew about this, so she would have been able to blame the 3 people who Sakura was supposed to meet with. After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force, even this never would have happened. You know, it's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Okay, good to know. But the fact that she had asked those 3 to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time the place she ended up dying. No, she asked them to meet her by noon. Which means before noon, I feel like. No? Am I the only one? Anyhow, It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Hello. Oh, that's the door we entered through, okay. Hello.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to ask you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. It's not interesting! The fact that I found out possibly very crucial information is not interesting. That should... You guys should have volunteered it. If you don't want to sound suspicious, you should have just said like, hey, Sakura asked me to meet her here at this time. The fact that none of you three came out and said that is suspicious. And it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do that? Do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So, you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. You know what? Yeah, he's not stupid. That makes sense. And he didn't trust her in the least, so he could have really thought she'd kill him. Ryuki says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, sorry. Okay, thanks. I saw broken glass. I'm interested in broken glass. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. Balanced diet. But still, this protein can... It's got the label on it that says Chem A2. Chem Lab. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass? They must be part of the window I broke to get inside. Yeah, but the thing is laying on top of them, which means it was placed there after the door was broken.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
Order of events. I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to take... I want to take a note of it. No, you can say for sure. It means that the Chemlab protein drink thingy was placed on top of the glass, which means the glass was already on the ground, which means it happened after the door was broken. Order of events, not hard. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see it. Because you're a dumbass. Oh, giddy. Why not talk to you as well? You're the only person left here.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not a type who would go down without a fight. Poison! Poison!
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get an upper hand on her? Poison! Poison! I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? Didn't have to if they had poison! They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Is that everything in this room? I feel like it is. Oh no, wait. Bottle and one of Munch's piece. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. It's just pieces. Isn't that a dumb? You have the pawn, you have the, god, what was it called? Rook? You have the bishop, and you have, I think that's a queen? We already had the knight, so we're missing a king at this point. And inside each ball, there's some kind of monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how they got those figures inside the ball? You build the figure inside the ball.
So...
It's no different from a standard chip in the bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the bullet placed inside? You've never seen that? Nagi's a dumbass. Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle. Awesome. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of this, little by little. Are you, though? The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? I mean, yes, but we're still missing the king somewhere. So we're missing one more bottle. The shards of glass and Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Yeah, but what caused the vomiting of the blood? That's still odd. I guess we go talk. Okay, we don't. I wanted to go talk with Genocide Jack and what's her face? Hiro. Right, that's his name. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mounting would have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Which is suspicious in and of itself. Got it. Because it's a locked room murder. The chair that was blocking it, I think? The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. Yeah, I guess it's at like exactly the height at which it could theoretically do it. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both door and the chair, there's no doubt the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This keeps the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locker room from inside, not from the outside. Yeah, but how did they do that? Rec room door. Okay, what do we have next? These two, her. I did those. The clock, I think. It's around 1 o'clock right now, so she died like an hour ago. Got it. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon. You don't need to say 12 noon, just say noon. Please. So roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? Either way, you and Kyoko most certainly have alibis, I'd say. Wait, what am I missing? This thing? It's telling me to look at this as well. Oh right, that's where the blood was. The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay. Yeah, it's telling me to check this as well. What a shock. Huh? The locker's open, and they're on the inside. Oh, a handprint. It's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker, and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little extra something. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was opened? Don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Because this is right behind Sakura, so if Kirigiri and Naegi were examining the dead body the whole time, then there's no way the person will be able to get from here to outside. And that's where, like, everyone else came from, the outside. I think.
Hey.
Think back, before we open the door. We looked inside the room, right? Okay, no. Kirigiri and Naigi's photographer's number comes back. Oh yeah, it was opened. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Good question.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then.
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. Don't worry, I was going to anyway. Given that Naegi is, the one actually doing stuff. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Yes, let's go. Okay, we're in the world where I find Genocide Jack, and apparently Naegi just psychically knows they went to their rooms, okay. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Oh yeah. The Spare Hotel. Here I come. I have no clue which room is actually whose. Wait a sec. Wait, I think it should say it on the minimap? It does! Awesome. Kiregire and Kiyotaka, no. Byakuya and this was Maizono. So Junko and Fukawa should be right up next. Yes, Junko and Fukawa. Hey Jack. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Oh no, it's Fukawa again.
Who's there?
It is the most negative aura I've ever felt. And aura of total decay. I thought total defeat.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Which is sad. Jack is the good half of this duo.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Don't say her name. If you say it 3 times in front of a mirror, she'll come and kill you.
I was in such a good mood, too.
Were you? Why were you in a good mood? She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Doko slithered out into the hall. She slithered.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said so, didn't I? I guess that's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but... can I really believe her? Also, how do we know Jack didn't go see her? So, like, it could be true that she's saying that, like... what she's saying could be true. It could have been Jack that went to see Sakura. Who knows? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. And with that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account. Awesome. Who do we have? He's second from last, so yeah. I pressed the doorbell, and after 2 seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yes, actually. I wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be...
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Olga told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well,
Um...
when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. That sounds so believable. Let me write a note to someone so that I can give it to them, like, by hand and tell them, oh, I want to meet the other two people, and the wanting to meet with you guys is what is on this note, by the way. This is so dumb. This is dumber than Celeste's story in chapter 3, and that was super dumb. I'm gonna be honest, this is super suspicious. Of course it is. So then, you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally did. Why would I do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually...
Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at
I
me!
haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Oh my god, it's the letter, isn't it? It's so dumb. No, it's a candy wrapper. It's the candy wrapper from Asahina.
Huh? What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that it was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Okay, I have two more student dorms I want to see. Okay, save her from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Okay, first of all, I want to look into Byakuya and Asahina's dorm rooms. Just because they're also involved with this, right? I don't think they're the killers, but I just want to see if I can go there. This is Hina's room. Nothing. What do you mean it has nothing to do with the case? She's the one who found the body. God damn it. Does his room also have nothing to do with the scene, crime, the case, whatever? Okay, so I wanted to go to Byakura's room to check if his note really was torn up in his trash, and I wanted to see Aoi's room to see if she really did hoard all the candy there. But apparently, their rooms have nothing to do with the case. So obvious. Yes, here, and yes, come on. Ooh.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eyes on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was yes, sir, I understand. Go fuck yourself. Okay, hello suspicious puddle? Maybe? This is my first time seeing the shell, but I just can't get over how big it is. No, it is not your Did this game not take into account the fact that I could investigate here? Or talk with Sakura here? Because I did both of those things. When the fourth floor was first discovered, I went into this chem lab. And during one of my free time events, I spent time with Sakura here. It's like... I get it. I guess they just had one dialogue for it. Like, oh, this is the first time I'm seeing it. And nothing else. But it's just so stupid because Naegi was in this room multiple times. He investigated this case for me. The glass case, I mean. Oh wait, I am the stupid one. It says this isn't the first time. Okay, ignore everything I said. I am stupid. I need to read more. I need to read what it actually says and know what I think it says. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more importantly right now, the spilled whatever it is. Thank you. What's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Yeah, there's also footprints. Like, there's some here. There's footprints here, and I think this is broken glass? I think this is broken glass. I think that's meant to be broken glass. There's a broken ball in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? I mean, it looks like it. It looks like the ball had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. And this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words,
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. Not really, because you guys aren't specific with time. Like, what does morning mean? Like, does he mean any time before noon? Like, was he here until noon and then it's like, oh, it's noon, let's go to the library? Because that would be plausible, right? But other than that, like, if you say morning, it could mean like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9, whatever. It's not really like clear what they're saying with this. I guess that's why Nagi's like, okay, then it could only mean this. That is just really bizarre if I'm supposed to figure it out myself. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Yeah, one would assume. Source of the powder. Okay, I guess let's look at the powder itself. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not have leaf footprints. Okay, you mean like these footprints? Those look pretty big, actually. I mean, I don't have a size comparison, but those look pretty big. Those are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, you mean me. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. It's not that hard. Like, you don't need to sketch anything. They're in front of exclusively the A cabinet, which means whoever, walked in the powder, walked into the A cabinet. Plain and simple. Keep it simple, stupid. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
what?
Well, let's go, chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I drawn up a sketch of the room. Still not necessary. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
If you want it better, do it yourself, coward. So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business. No shit! How could you possibly tell? It's so complicated. It's not like anyone can look at the actual room and be like, oh, whoever walked in here only walked in, like, whoever interacted with the shelf only interacted with the leftmost, because that's the only place where the footprints are. Okay, I already had one breakdown that was undeserved because, the whole I didn't really read what it said, so I will ignore this transgression. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me. I mean, Nagi is pretty shit at drawing in general, which, nothing against him, I cannot draw to save my life. But the footprints are really cool. Like, did he have a stamp to draw them? Because they all look, like, identical. Okay, not identical, but that's some skill to draw those footprints.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? Yeah, they're mine. You were here before me. And so you know that, like, these footprints were here before I came, but yeah, they're mine, sure. No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. How can I think of a reason not to, so I finally did what Byakuya said. I see, your feet do not appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it does seem quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Yeah, let's check everyone's shoe sizes. That would make it very clear. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. There's also a remain of a basketball. It looks like the ball is against the floor. Also looks like there are some footprints. Yeah. Based on the position of the footprints, whoever... Oh my god, you don't need to repeat it. It's not that hard to comprehend. According to Bianca, the powder would have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Goody. Do you want to check what's in A to see what they could have looked for? Let's see. What's on this shelf? Okay, this is weird. Am I the only one seeing it? Because, like, the first ball here with the toxic sign, like, with the skull says C9. But then you have Chem A1, A2, I don't see the other, another A, and A2. So all of these are A, and then there's a C1, which I would assume belongs to the C cabinet. Which tells me, I may be wrong, but I think that someone, like, placed this there on purpose to deceive us. I could be wrong. But it's just weird that it's there. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number, yes. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving and unit section A. I want to check something. The truth was... Where was it? Rec room, magazine, polka dot, glass reduce, monochrome ball, empty. Yeah, it was A2, okay. So it did come from the A cabinet, that makes sense. Huh, but wait. Thank you. There's one ball here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident or purpose? Because if it's Chem C9, it belongs into the C shelf, right? On this shelf is... The one looking, I can't tell, it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. They do all look to have skulls on them, yes. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving on unit section C. Yeah, and since everything on C is poisonous, maybe don't taste that powder too, you know, thoroughly. Doesn't it have a skull on it? It does. Don't investigate it too thoroughly. Yeah, okay.
So
we've been here. I think this is it. Oh, come on, really? 1, 2, 3. Do I need to check B as well? B is irrelevant. A is where the footprints are, and C is where the poison, like, the C9, which is in the A shelf, came from. Why do I need to investigate B? On this shelf is, it looks like a bunch of chemicals, but I have no idea what they are. I don't either. Just a lot of these. They're reagents, simply put, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you led such an ignorant life for so long? It must truly be a bliss. Yeah, it is, don't worry. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in real world? It can.
That's fine.
The world of a lifelong... No, words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. You know what? I like you. You're hating Onagi, I support that. I didn't even say that? Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf I labeled with a letter B and a number, so I guess I can label this B section. I don't see anything out of ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Thank you. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like there's like it's split in 3 sections. Section A, dietary supplements. Section B, reagents. Section C, lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten a protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is, in Section A, there was the ball labeled from Section C. What was a ball of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Yes, there is something suspicious. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look in the rec room. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Where's the rec room? Wait, 3rd floor. Here's the rec room. I cannot fly there, okay. I cannot fly here, okay. That means I need to physically exit this room. Oh wait. First I need to exit apparently staring at the unit. Yeah. Okay, can I go there now? Yes, I can.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko, Doko and Hiro told me.
I see.
I see, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Yeah, I mean, obviously at least one of them is lying. Hiro's really bad at lying after all. Someone's lying. And he also had the polka dot candy, which, according to Asahina, only she had. She and Sakura, so lying, you know, again, he's very bad at lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Answer okay. Sakura's body. According to Kyoko, there's something to be discovered from Sakura's
just a
body.
second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey,
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? Touch the body, Nagi!
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Apparently not enough. You can't touch the body yourself, Nagi. Although there are still some times I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. And then, how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Oh my god! Giri, I know what you mean by it, because I know what this game is about, but... that doesn't sound really too great, you know? God, I touched dead bodies in the past. That could be interpreted in a lot of not really good ways. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
You can just tell us you've touched dead bodies and you'd be like, yeah, never mind. It could mean you're a coroner. Coroner? I don't know how to say it in English. Like the person who does autopsies on dead bodies. It could mean you're like a police officer. It could mean you're a fucking serial killer. Or a necrophiliac. All of those are possibilities. More importantly, look here. Her shoe? It's the yellow powder!
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yeah, it does look exactly like the yellow powder from, what's it called? The yellow powder from the chem lab.
Hey,
Next is the wound on her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
I'm glad that they're like, hey, this case is really hard and Nagi's really stupid, so just let someone, you know, hold his hand through this whole case. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead she received 2 blows to the head. You must be really good at touching dead bodies if you can tell that. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. So when she was vomiting blood, she didn't touch the blood, I guess? Kyoko's examination summary. Nice. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at the body. I mean, the shoe wasn't hard to spot. You're just blind. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have actually pulled that off. But the double blow, that is a good one. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hidden close some kind... Clue. But I just imagining Nagi being like Winnie the Pooh and being like, think. I hope that's what Winnie the Pooh does in English, because I've never watched him in English, but I have to assume that's what he does in English. This magazine is upside down. Ooh. Why is it always the magical girl pudding? Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, it's not like we can do like fingerprint or DNA analysis here, so you can touch whatever you want. It's inconsequential. Yeah, you're right. I pick up and invert the magazine and flip through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could it be a dying message? We just talked about how she didn't have blood on any of her hands, so if it's dying message, it's not from Sakura.
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, it does, but Sakura didn't write it, let's be clear here.
What the heck?
And she's the killer, right? Well, it isn't confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's hell, she's the killer for sure! Please don't fight her, you'll just bring out Jack and Jack will kill you and then we'll have 2 murders to deal with. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to connect the killer. Corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me much more suspicious. And Kirigiri also said to look at the chess pieces. Because that's what they are. Yeah, new clues. Something new, something new. The fact that you have never played or heard of chess astonishes me, Nagi. I mean, it doesn't actually. He's stupid. None that there's like a connection between chess and intelligence, I'm pretty sure it's just like... I don't think it's the sort of game Nagi would play. I feel he'd be more of, I don't know, Nintendo guy, not a video game guy in general. Maybe not even that. Like, I don't know, maybe feeding ducks or whatever. He's boring as a whole heck.
Hey.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. It's not hidden! It's very clear. They're chess pieces. They're chess pieces. We have a pawn, we have a rook, we have a bishop, we have a queen. On the ground there's a knight, and we are missing a king. And if Sakura was hit on the head twice, it means she was hit by the knight and by the king. So we still need to find out where the king is. And the associated vowel. A correlation. The man has really not heard of chess a day in his life, huh? Hey, Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is? Never heard of chess a day in his life.
So...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And that sounds reasonable. If you figure it out yourself, you're more likely to stick with it and believe it. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Get over it! Both of you. Hanser! I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Yes, you would have left it for the class trial. Only to a degree?
Hey.
Actually, there's one other thing about the monokuma balls that's been bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then...
Yeah, the one guy would actually question me, he's not here, so we're fine. Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. Yeah, the smart lady told you to do something. Do it, coward. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work, collecting all of the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. What kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a skill from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare weights of what? the bottles, the broken glass bottle and the, one of the non-broken ones. Because Kirigiri figured out the same thing I did, that 2 of the bottles are missing and, we're missing 1 glass bottle. She wants to prove it without finding it, I guess, because it might be hard. What do I know? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why would you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. Ah, she knows what's going on. She knows that Sakura was hit twice, most likely with 2 Monokuma balls, because one is still missing and the second one is on the floor. And she's like, okay, Nike is too stupid to figure this out, and he hasn't heard of chess a day in his life. How do I prove it to him that there's 1 missing bottle? I have to assume that's what she's doing here.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weights of 2 normal Monokuma bottles. Oh yeah, because the size of the pieces because the chess pieces are different, so they could vary in sizes based on that, but apparently they don't. Okay. It's balanced.
In other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are... No, they're not! They are chess pieces, and the chess pieces look different. And, like, a pawn is much smaller than a rook. So it would be... Or a queen. So it would be possible for them to weigh different, based on what chess piece is inside. Moving on. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, let's give it a try. Huh? I mean, it is plausible for the knight to be bigger than the pawn, but this seems like a bit too much if the pawn wasn't lighter than the rook. The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each bottle. Put it all together. We are missing the king!
hey,
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Monochrome ball experiment. Awesome. Wait, already? Oh, this has been short. Which is good. I need to wake up tomorrow.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Fair enough. It was not necessarily boring, but yeah, there wasn't really much to investigate. I feel like we talked to 2 people who, at least one of them, lied to us. We investigated the chem lab where I wanted to kill a man. We investigated the rec room twice where I wanted to kill a man again, because Nagi has never heard of chess, I guess. Ugh.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
Do it.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Nope. No fucking clue. Never been to a class trial before in my
Please
life.
go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, whatever happens, I have to make something happen. Aw, that's sad. I'm really sorry about that. Also, welcome, Fighoof. Sorry to say, but I'll most likely be ending soon because class trial is starting, apparently. Very quickly, I'd say. It's only been like... Okay, it's been an hour and a quarter, but... It's much shorter than the other investigations, I feel like. Which makes sense because Nagi himself is like, no, how the mystery is still not solved? But I personally think that's just because Nagi has never heard of the concept of chess. So, if he knew what chess is, we might have actually solved this before the class trial. Not saying we would, but I'm just saying that Nagi has never heard of chess in his life. Which, for some reason, that's the most annoying part of this whole, investigation. That, and the fact that if there's footprints in front of cabinet A and nothing in front of B or C, then it is a logical assumption to make that, someone walked as only into A, not B or C. And yet apparently neither Nagi nor Byakuya could understand that simple fact without drawing a map of the room. Which I don't understand how that helped, but it's just mind-boggling. To me, at least. Anyhow. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... and this character is here! The ultimate martial artist unlocked your murder mystery! What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Emoticons are cool. No matter how awful something is, if you toss it in a smiley face, it turns positive! I mean, kind of. But also, if you say, we found it in bodies, smiley face. It makes you sound it makes you look very creepy.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find it in body XD. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
I know about the reviews. No matter how great something is, if you put it in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. Fairly true. That's a good one. You get executed, smiley face. Good example. Super negative.
Yes, indeed.
Right, if you put in a sad emoticon, it gets super negative no matter what you say. Okay. For example. Oh, you have 100 friends? Crying emoji. That's so sad. You only got 100 friends? Lame. No I didn't. I never watched it before, and also I don't have a TV. But my sister did, and apparently she's really happy that Switzerland won. They were apparently her favorites, so, good on Switzerland! Did you have someone you were cheering on during Eurovision?
What?
He's right, that does make it seem sad. Yeah. It's so lame that you only have 100 friends. Sad emoji. I'm sorry about that. Better luck next year, I guess. That sounds so bad when I say it that way. I should put a smiley emoji next to it. And you'll get there, one day. Best of luck next year.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get in the elevator! Oh, the eyes. Why did I get disqualified? Did something happen? Again, I don't follow Eurovision at all, so I have no clue about anything. I just know they sing. That's all I know about Eurovision. I'll see you all down there. Wait, going left emoji, going up. When does the emojis hear me and I don't get it? Oh, that's bizarre. Okay, I hope it goes better next year because I don't see how this harassment. Maybe if I saw the clip, it would be different in a context. But yeah, that's really sad. I'm sorry about that. That you guys got disqualified. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How could you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
Yeah, but as I said, hopefully it ends up better next year. I wish you luck. Because at this point, there's nothing you can do about it, right? It's Eurovision's ended. I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? I mean, that's 3 words for someone with a, with a murderous alter ego. Brave words.
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here. That person. Oh my god! No! 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 We've had this discussion so many times, Nagi. Leon killed Sayaka. Morokuma killed Junko. Fucking Mondo killed Chihiro. Celeste killed Hifumi, who killed Taka. People kill each other in this school. Get over it. Get used to it. Don't be in denial every time you think about it. Like, this is getting us nowhere. Naegi just being in denial like 10 minutes straight all the time. It's so stupid. Sorry. It's just. We've had so many class trials, and yet Naegi is still so doubtful about how his beloved classmates could be killing each other. Oh my god. Yes, that person is indeed one of us. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. Because money, because murder motives. And Monokuma's really good at giving us murder motives that make us actually want to kill each other. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this door, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the door closely. Sorry, door close, I think. And it felt it begin its sinister descent. Apparently I really can't read today at all. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and suddenly, as always, the ride was over. The door opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so cute! It must be so lonely! You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. Hey, if your friends decided not to kill each other over his murder motives, there'd still be 15 of you. I mean, maybe 14 because Junko did decide to piss him off, but there'd still be more of you than 6. It's honestly your fault that you're killing each other. I mean, really? I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will it end with 5 less? Because the killer is actually the most unsuspected Asahina Ai! I mean, I don't really think it, but it's plausible. She could have given Sakura the poison candy. I don't know why. I don't know why Sakura would have locked the door from the inside, but I still think it's possible. Will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then,
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats! And so the curtain opened for the 4th trial. Oh my god, it's gonna be the, deadly deception, deadly whatever again. Yeah, deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Oh, aren't they changing every time? Huh, I thought they were the same. Yes, let us save in pre-trial. Safe to say. Yep, and I guess it ends here. As I said, I need to wake up tomorrow, and before trial is usually a good place to cut off. Let's not save. I mean, this time it wouldn't be so bad. I've only been here for like an hour and a half, and I talked a lot, and if I just smashed A through the whole thing, I think I could have done it faster. In like an hour. It wouldn't have been nice, but I mean, it's doable to do it faster. So imagine not saving a class trial. I think I had a nightmare about that once, that I just woke up and I was like, I didn't save. And we had to redo the whole class trial again, which wouldn't be terrible. but they're taking a lot of time, and because there's a lot of just spoken dialogue and also my lack of skill, it would just take a long time to get those finished. But anyway, as I said, this is usually a good place to cut off. The class trial will be another like 2 hours, but that will be tomorrow. So yeah, I'll leave it here for today. God, what happened? Sakura's dead, which is sad. We have 3 possible suspects, which is Byakuya, Toko, and Hagakure. I personally think it's Asahina. Asahina gave her poison candy. It's so obvious. But we will find out tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you do again tomorrow. You know, as I said, class trial, good stuff. Only good stuff on this channel. And yeah, as I said, hope you like this. And see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye bye.